Okay.
We're live.
Oh, good morning, everyone. Hope you're doing well on this Monday before Thanksgiving. Instead of saying the holidays are coming, I guess we now have to say the holidays are kind of here right in front of our face. And so we thought today we would just kind of share some of our, we just put on our holiday summit last week or a few weeks ago, and we really are still kind of soaking up some of the wisdom and great advice that our experts shared with us. And so we just wanted to share some hot tips of things that we learned from the holiday summit from the experts. And so I'll share mine. Mark Milstein, who's a PhD, he talked quite a bit about how how we boost our happiness when we're in the moment. And he also talked a lot about how hard that is, but he gave some really, just if there's a way that you can either do breathing or meditating or just really like sit down with that jigsaw puzzle or take the phones away, walk the dog, but whatever you can do to be in the moment will make the experience so much better. And, I really I've been very mindful of that since I heard him say it yet again. And I'm really going to kind of encourage that for myself and for my family as we end up spending the next several months together. So, all right. Eka, go ahead. How about you?
Good morning. Had a problem with that mute button. So I really liked what Phyllis Fagel had to say about deciding what's important. And one of the things we as a family decided is important is that we don't necessarily have to celebrate the holiday on the holiday. As you guys know, but not the public doesn't know, I have a daughter who's a pilot, and she might be flying on Thanksgiving, might not be flying on Thanksgiving. So we decided that it's important that we hopefully get to see her wearing N95s with the windows open. We've tried it already, and it's cold, but it works. So we might end up having Thanksgiving Friday morning because of our daughter's schedule. So the important thing is to see them and not so much pinning everything on that day. And I guess she has said that, speaking with her pilot friends, most pilots actually fly on Christmas because they make more money. And the families have just learned to do holidays on a Tuesday or a Sunday. And that's just the way it's going to be. And that's what's really important to my family this year. So I'm going to send it over to my, left, right, Mindy.
Thanks, Eka. I also, with you, I'm quoting Phyllis Fagel and her saying of we may not do things the exact same way as we did in the past, but we can still find ways for connection. That's what we're going with this year. Immediate family. I have boys coming in. They've all been tested. Fingers crossed they don't pick anything up on the flight. But no extended family. We're not going anywhere, staying home. I do live in a house of males, so it will be turkey and football the entire weekend. But that's okay too. Outside walks, activity, just keeping it simple, connecting on a different level, meaning just the five of us. So that's, thanks, Phyllis. We're going to follow your advice and do it that way. Sharon, you're next to me, at least on that side. I'll pass it this side. I'll pass it to you.
Okay, thanks, Mindy. We are using Dr. Kristen Carruthers' advice a lot, which was to communicate as a family and talk about what everybody wants, including the teenagers. My kids are 10, 13, and 15, and it's kind of not possible that they'd be giving their opinions anyway. So but it's just helping us embrace their opinions and decide together. So like this week for Thanksgiving week, we're having sort of a movie marathon where every night we're picking a different movie and giving the kids a lot of say. And then for December, we celebrate Christmas. We're going to pull out the December calendar and note down some things that everybody wants to do. Like my daughters have already decided that they want to do that idea of the hot chocolate charcuterie board that came from our activities discussion during the holiday summit. That's going to be something we do on Christmas Eve, because Christmas Eve is normally when we host a gathering. That's one of our favorite things. So we had to pick something else. So just talking as a family and seeing if we can all make sure everybody feels heard and get something they want is going to be helpful for us, I think. I will send it up to Jen.
Thanks, Sharon. I've already put into place one piece of advice that was given by Chinwe Eferibe, who is a pediatrician, and gave us some really great advice that works for the whole family, not just for your kids. And one of the things she talked about was that people have different levels of anxiety about gathering and doing things for the holidays, and you need to listen and respect what those feelings are. We had a plan in mind, which was for Thanksgiving to have my parents come and be with our nuclear family. So there would be 6 of us, and we involved testing and quarantining and a lot of things. But once the college kids came home, they talked to us and they said, we're really just not comfortable with this. We feel like we've been careful, but we're exposed to people who maybe aren't careful, and nobody wants to be the one to make Grandma and Grandpa sick. So we're just not comfortable with that. And we revisited our plans, and I had to talk to my parents about it. It was tough. It was a tough conversation. And yet my parents totally accepted it. And they said, you know what, you're right. And we're hearing from other people where we live that they are making the same decision, which made things so much better for me to hear that too. So that's, giving yourself permission to say, we are going to accommodate the person who has the most anxiety about this was a great tip. For how to go about managing the gathering aspect of the holidays, because that's always been huge in our family. We've always had big gatherings. So this is a big transition for us. So thank you to Dr. Eferibe. And I'm going to pass it over to Jessica.
Yeah, I mean, much like everybody else, we've been downsizing quite a bit. So in the words of Katie Hurley, LCSW, the biggest favor we can do ourselves is to think small. So it's only going to be, actually, it's not even going to be the immediate family. My brother isn't even going to be able to come down from Michigan, him and his fiance. So it's going to be by far the smallest family gathering my family's ever really had. And, we're gonna try to reach out to all of the various family members who we would usually see. We're gonna reach out to, my cousins and my brother. But it's at the end of the day, we've just had to downsize, and we've had to accept the fact that not everybody's going to be able to see each other, and maybe next year. And I'm passing it to Susan. Yeah, I got it right. That's it.
Yeah. Well, at least for you and me, it's that side. Okay, so first of all, I want to encourage everybody to go into the comments and tell us what you took away if you were part of the summit, and if you weren't part of the summit, what you're trying to change this year. And mine is a theme that came out of everybody's thoughts on the summit and really resonated with me, which is basically that it should be just good enough. It should be fine. Our expectations should be at a different level. And I was thinking, life is so much better when you reduce your expectations. And it's a little sad. I mean, there's something so joyful about dreaming big. And I remember being a kid thinking about vacation like it was the biggest deal in the whole world. And now vacations roll around, and setting lower expectations is really healthy for me. So you do let something go. On the other hand, you have a much bigger chance of enjoying the holiday if your expectations are more reasonable, especially this year. So thank you, everybody, for being here with us. We pay attention afterwards. So if you want to add your own comments, please do that. And thank you so much.
Hey, Sue,
Yes.
Can people still take advantage of the
Oh,
holidays?
Sharon, thank you so much. Jessica, can you put the link in there? And people still can, oh, wow, that happened faster than I could think about. Good, Jessica. So yes, there were so many nuggets, as you can hear from us, that are going to change our holidays. And if you are someone who missed out the first time around, you can still purchase it. It's really extraordinary advice. So have a great holiday. However, have a good enough holiday, a fine holiday, however you're celebrating. And we'll see you next week. Thanks so much.
Bye, everybody.